How's the lighting if I'm outside?
It's good because you got the black hoodie on and stuff. It contrasts.
I like the isolation beard.
Thank you. Yeah.
We all got isolation beard, man.
I know. I got rid of mine yesterday.
Welcome to the sports office / Zoom meeting, I guess, now that we are completely remote. My name is Ryan Green. I am joined by Michael Spencer and Romi Bean. Guys, the one thing that has been going on in the sports world still is NFL free agency, and the Broncos continue to make some moves, some with players coming back to the team and some with players leaving the team. Shelby Harris back for another year, $3.25 million deal. Derek Wolfe, now gone. He's a Baltimore Raven. He signed a one-year, $6 million deal. As the reporters covering him, what was covering Derek like? Romi, you go.
Derek was great because a couple things. First of all, you never knew what he was going to say.
After I told him I was going to eat his kids, he never said another word to me. So, yeah.
So you never knew if you could always take Derek live because there was usually, a swear word that would come out. So that was always one thing with Derek. But the thing with Derek is, like, we have seen this guy grow up. It's kind of crazy that he's leaving. He came here and he's open about it. He had a really, really hard childhood. He was angry. He just wanted to beat people up. He was just like, he was this little kid when we got him here, and then he got married and he has kids now, and he's grown into this leader on the team and one of the old men on the team. So it feels like we all know Derek a little bit more personally. So it's sad that he's going.
The thing that stood out about Derek was that he was never afraid to tell you exactly what was on his mind, right? And you're right, Romi. He was always one of those where when you were live in the locker room, it was like, okay, be ready to have the delay button ready. But even like during the week, he would be really, really honest about what was going on. And especially over the last couple of years, when he saw the transition from Super Bowl 50 champs to missing the playoffs 4 straight seasons and having 3 straight losing seasons, he was never afraid to tell you what was really, really going on. So that's what I'll remember most about covering him. And honestly, what I'll miss the most, because you had Chris Harris Jr. and you had Derek Wolfe, and you could always go to those guys and know that they were going to tell you exactly what was on their mind and what was honestly going on. And now you miss a little bit of that from a media perspective, for sure.
Are you a little surprised at the difference between what Shelby's situation and what Derek Wolfe ended up getting?
I think everybody thought there was a bigger market for Shelby than there ended up being. You know what I mean? And so I think if you're the Broncos, this works out really well. And if you're Shelby, I think you're probably a little bit disappointed as to how this shook out. I think he was expecting a bigger payday. I think he was expecting a longer contract as well. The good news is that he's going to be back on the market next year, right? And so if he has another season, if he proves that what he's been able to do over the past couple of years proves yet again that what he's been able to do over the last couple of years wasn't a fluke, there's another opportunity for him to get paid. But I think a lot of people were shocked that it didn't turn out better for Shelby Harris in terms of money and in terms of longevity in his most recent deal.
Right. Shelby was going and seemed like he really wanted something else and was looking for something else. And I just kind of reserved myself to that. So when I first heard that Shelby was back, I thought, gosh, that's weird. And I agree, Michael. I think he's I texted him. I said, "Are you happy about it?" And he said, "Yeah, you know what? It's another year to prove myself." And that's the nice way of saying, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'm sure he's disappointed because we were all expecting him to get a little bit more. But like you said, he's such a good fit for Vic Fangio's defense that there's no way that he doesn't have another great year if he just keeps doing what he's doing. So disappointing now, but it'll pay off later.
And I think it's a huge win for the Broncos too, right? Like there's 2 sides to this. I mean, I think that the Broncos are sitting there like, wow, we got a player that we like, a player who's played well, and we got him on a really good deal too. So if you're the team, this is a huge win for them.
All right, guys, let's go to some behind-the-scenes footage from some vlog of last year. Did you know that we should be covering 3 teams right now because the Rockies should have started? It's heartbreaking.
Not having opening day, no matter, even if you're like a little baseball fan or a huge one or not at all, it is weird. Like, it feels like a rite of passage in the summer.
I almost don't want to watch the behind the scenes because it makes me sad, right? Like, we all know that this is what we should be doing. There should be this massive party downtown this week, and there's not going to be. In fact, there's going to be nothing downtown this week. So it's almost like sad, like hurts your heart that you don't want to watch this.
Yeah, you are right about that. But anyways, we're gonna watch it. So this just shows the former social distancing days that are long behind us. Check this out. This is the view house. I mean, look at all these people. Look at opening day, man. Like, there's so much purple. I mean, that is what I really miss most right there. Is just like that whole block is all just buzzing the entire day. It's just this warm, like spring-like feeling that everyone's got. Man, I miss that stuff.
Whether or not you're like a diehard Rockies fan or not, you can get behind opening day and that feel, and it's so awesome to be a part of.
Definitely. All right, so the next clip is this. Oh, I love my mic. It's really good. And this was actually, I believe this is Mark Reynolds, Pat Valaika, and Nolan Arenado, and they are making fun of Nolan. And Mark Reynolds, longtime MLB player, has a comparison for Nolan that I didn't quite expect, but he also doesn't seem very happy about. So check this out.
Very good. Everyone's fine.
Francisco Cervelli.
Oh.
I'm not talking about his skill-wise. I'm talking about like his actions on the field. Cervelli.
Wow. Yeah. So Francisco Cervelli. Have you ever heard of that before? Do you see that demeanor in Nolan?
I can understand why Nolan wasn't too appreciative of that.
Right. Like, that's funny. Finally, here is our Buddy Black.
Oh, Buddy!
Buddy, yeah.
I miss Buddy.
Romy probably misses him the most here. Yeah. This is. Here he is talking with Michael Spencer, and see if you can tell when Romy Bean joins the conversation.
You know, right?
Sports scene right now is bumping.
Isn't it great? It's incredible. I love it. It's awesome.
I think it helps everybody too.
I think it does too. So you're back here dancing to country or doing some rap? You're doing everything, right?
Eclectic.
I'm just like, because you know why? Because the Rockies are playing today, but mostly because I get to see Buddy.
Okay.
You know that. You know that.
This is the standard thing that usually happens. Someone,
So
when
great.
I watch, puts their hands on their hips, like, what is happening? And
It's
Michael's
so
just
great. It was just like, I liked how it was like, what are you, dancing some country or some hip hop there? What's going on?
So you're back here dancing to country or doing some rap? You're doing everything, right?
like Buddy.
When people ask me what it's like to work with Romy Bean, I'm just going to show them this clip from now
Yeah,
on.
that's it. That's literally, that is the story of working with Romy Bean. So let's move on. Last segment, let's wrap it up with our hats off. So normally this is our hats off segment where we give little hats off and some recognition to some people that deserve it. I am going to give my hats off this week to the Fanatics Fan Gear clothing line. This week they shifted their production line from making like collectibles, memorabilia, jerseys and all that stuff, to making masks and gowns for hospital workers. I thought that was great. You could see the pinstripes in the jerseys and all that stuff. So that is just the kind of stuff I love seeing, especially at a time like this.
All right, I'm going to go a bit of a delayed hats off, but to UNC and the Bears hiring their new basketball coach, keeping it local, keeping it within the family. I really, really like what UNC's doing up with all their programs. Really, you got Ed McCaffrey running the show with the football program. Obviously, wish all the best to Jeff Linder, who's going to Wyoming. But I think the Bears made the right decision, and looking forward to seeing how their program continues on the up and up.
Absolutely, UNC, man, they're coming up. They're doing some things. I'm excited to watch. Romy Bean, you returned. Do you have a hat?
I had it, and then I forgot who I was going to give it to. Hold on. No, I remember now. I remember now.
Oh, that's a dope hat.
My hat's off.
Yeah,
Is going. Look at this great hat.
that's great.
Drew Brees, $5 million.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's opening their pocketbooks again. We've talked about this, how incredible it is, but to such a generous amount like that was just incredible. So Drew Brees for really, really, really stepping up. And on that same note, really everyone else who keeps stepping up, because, John Elway gave his own personal donation. Broncos players are doing things. So everybody really is doing stuff.
Awesome. All right. Well, that wraps up our first remote welcome to the sports office / Zoom meeting. Guys, thanks for joining me in my humble abode. I like your humble abodes. This is great. I can do this. I can get used to this.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We're all in this together, baby. Stay in there, guys.